I'll never forget the day I met Ivana. Ivana came to me and she said, Dawn, I don't know what to do. I'm very successful in my real estate career, yet I haven't made it to that inner circle. And when I talk about the inner circle of performers, the top producers in real estate, they're the 5% of the agents that make 95% of the money. They're the 5% of the agents that get 95% of the listings, that work with 95% of the buyers. And the reason why Ivana was having trouble, what she was struggling with, was the fact that she was, number one, overwhelmed. I hear that from so many of you. She was overworked, and she felt overextended. So there weren't enough minutes in the day to do everything she believed she needed to do to make it to that inner circle. And she knew she needed to break through and become the 5% of the agents that made 95% of the money to be in this business the way she wanted to be in it. Because Ivana had aspirations. She was inspired to spend more time with her children, to travel more, and she wanted the answer. And she said, Dawn, you know, I went and I did this research and I listened to other coaches, and what I heard was I had to do more to earn more. I don't have the time and the energy to pile on more. And she was so relieved to understand that not only was working with me going to relieve her of all the things she thought she needed to do, but she was also wired for success. And every single one of you, for the most part in this room, I see a few guys, every single one of you, for the most part, you are wired for success. You know why? Because you're a woman. Women are naturally, primally wired for success. And when Ivana understood that, and she worked my program that I'm going to tell you a little bit about in just a minute or so, she was able to break through into that 5%. She stepped into that inner circle. And not only is she earning more now, and clients that work through this program earn 35% more than when they start the program, she is traveling. She has a home in Italy. She also has a place in Eastern Long Island that she goes to in the summer. And she has an amazing apartment in the city, and she gets to spend so much time with her children, recitals, in the park, and while being in that inner circle. So I'm here again to tell you that women have an innate advantage in real estate, okay? And I call it the feminine advantage. And let me tell you a little bit about what that is. And I refer to it as the 3 Ds. And here's why women have an advantage in this particular industry. The first asset, the first thing that you all have that men do not, is this ability to listen. And I call that detail. That's the first D. So listening, really getting what the client needs and meeting them where they are. I find that most men, instead of listening, are in their heads ready to say what's next. And women, the way we're wired, what we bring to the world, is a persona with less ego. Okay, so that's the first D, is detail. The second D is discipline. So we are innately wired to connect. And we connect and we connect and we connect. We do that consistently and frequently. And that is so key in this industry. In fact, I read something recently. There was a National Association of Real Estate statistic that said 82% of the time after a closing, an agent does not follow up with their clients. We're wired to do that better. So when we can step into what's natural, we excel. So that's detail, discipline, and that third D is we're dedicated. We have spent centuries putting ourselves before our children, putting ourselves before our family. That fiduciary way of being in our personal lives can carry into our businesses and really have us setting ourselves apart from our peers and having those people who want to sell list with us. So detail, discipline, and dedication. And I believe that this is something that is lying inside each of you. Each of you has this 5% earner inside of you. You just haven't woken her up yet. So through my program, what I step my women in real estate through, I refer to as the 3 B's, and the 3 areas are the following. This is the how that is going to have you activating your 3 Ds. So the how, the first B is belief. Not only believing in yourself, but also understanding the beliefs that weigh you down, the ways of thinking, the ways of being that keep you struggling. So we get our arms around that and we release those beliefs and we replace those ways of thinking and being with effective methods and effective paradigms and affirmations. The second B is your personal brand. So you understand how to powerfully communicate about what sets you apart from everyone else. So you're memorable. One of my favorite quotes is from Maya Angelou, and she says, long after someone's forgotten what you've said, they're going to remember how you made them feel. So when you can powerfully communicate your personal brand, that's that second B, you're going to be memorable. And that third B is your blueprint. What are you activating? The blueprint is the map that's going to take you from where you are now to where you want to be in that 5% earning club, so you can spend more time with your children, so you can travel, so you can live life on your terms. You know, you're in this profession for freedom. That's why you chose to be here as a real estate professional. Yet so many of you are suffering from the 3 O's, that overwhelm, that feeling of being overworked, right? That feeling of being overextended. So let me tell you a little bit about another one of my clients, Doherty. When I took her through my program, she came to me as a very successful corporate person, stepping into the real estate world. She saw some immediate success, yet she hit a plateau. And she was visited by Gladys every once in a while. Gladys was this voice in her head that actually was a woman 20 years prior who told Doherty that she would not be able to feed her children if she got into this industry. So anytime Doherty would feel overwhelmed, Gladys would show up for her. We worked her through the 3 B's. She released those beliefs. She got specific about her personal blueprint, her brand, and then she stepped into action. And right now, she is living the real estate career of her dreams. When she first came to me, she wanted to earn, and she wanted to make sure she was enjoying her Jersey Shore home that she had just bought with her husband. Now she's on the deck at 5 p.m. with a glass of wine, toasting a week well worked, as opposed to worrying about the buyer she was going to run around with this particular weekend, or the listing appointments or the open houses she was going to hold. So again, just to sum everything up, we talked about the fact that women are innately wired for success. We have the primal ability to be a top producer in this industry. We just haven't woken up that sleeping, successful woman yet, because we don't understand in a big way what our advantages are and how to activate them. And that's what I help my clients with. So when you can really own and understand the beliefs and the behaviors that hold you back, when you can go out in the world and communicate your unique advantage because you understand your brand and you're connecting with your best next clients, and when you're working a blueprint and you're doing something effective every day, consistently and frequently, you will be that top producer and you will enjoy what you're doing at a very high level. So thank you, and let's wake up that inner top producer.